Hey guys, Conker here, and welcome to the LEGO NES review, kind of a little build that we're going to put together here. As many of you know, this is going to be an extra video for this week. Saturday mornings are the usual upload, and I'm trying to get out 2 vids a week. Anyway, this came in about 12 days after I pre-ordered it. Actually, I didn't pre-order, I just bought it day one. It also came with this poly bag, but I'm not really going to be going into that much. I mean, it took me like 6.5 hours to build this. I mean, look at all these bags. There's like, I think there's 20-something bags. It was a huge set, 2,600 pieces. It came with these 2 rubber cords here. This gray one is for the antenna, and this black one is for the controller that actually plugs directly into the system. Super unique build, probably one of the most unique builds LEGO's ever done. These stickers here, there's only 2 in the entire set, which means there are a ton of printed pieces. And if you know LEGO, you know that they are pretty stingy when it comes to the printed pieces, because, you know, I think they got to do like new pieces for the printed ones, and stickers are a lot easier. So I'm happy that with a $220 set, I think, that they didn't skimp on the printed pieces. There's only 2 stickers in the entire set. So building the NES here, that's my extra bowl. This mechanism here is where the cartridge goes. And as many of you know, the original NES had a cartridge, it was cartridge based, so you put it in, you'd push down on it, and it would get inside the system, and you push up on it, and then it would exit the system. So it works the exact same here. And scale wise, it's pretty on par, a little smaller than the original console, but it's pretty on par. Here with the front, we see the first instance of the printed pieces with the power, reset button, player 1 and player 2 ports. Attention to detail is great. I mean, it looks just like an NES, but scaled down. A lot of these side pieces, very smooth, very all-around solid start for the base. Now, of course, we got the AV outputs. I don't know if those are component or AV. I never really learned the difference, but the red and yellow cords right there, or cable plug-in, whatever those are. And the back, of course, plugs into the wall. This top part's really cool. And on the side, I didn't realize until after I finished it, but that side piece is a scaled down version of World 1-2. Got the warp zone at the back. I didn't realize that till I finished. I was like, wow, that's cool. Got my water bottle. 6.5 hours this took. It's 2,600 pieces. It's a big build. We finally see the top of the NES come to light, and at this point we're almost finished up with the NES, and the top is great too. They use a lot of these flat pieces. There's the inner mechanisms where the cartridge goes, and then finally we have it finished up here. You can open it in and out. That's where you put the cartridge, and yeah, the build for the NES was quite fun. I can't say the same for the TV. The TV was super tedious, but we'll get to that. Overall, this NES, I feel like they could sell this without the TV and just make a killing, because this is like a must-have for LEGO people and Nintendo people. And you know, I definitely on the pricey side, but if you're into this kind of stuff, it's a great build. Here's the cartridge. It uses 2 stickers, which is great. It literally feels, because I went to a retro game store just yesterday, it feels just like an NES cart. You know, it looks the same. It's great. I don't own any NES stuff, but I go to the retro game store sometimes. It's been kind of difficult because of quarantine, but they open back up, and yeah, it's just like it. There's the controller, plugs right into the system. It's crazy. The controller, the system, the game, it's great. It's so good. It's so well made. It's so unique. And there's the black rubber core that plugs in right to the system. Very cool stuff. The printed pieces, BA, Nintendo, they're all printed. And here we finally start working on the TV. And the TV as a build is fine, but the inner workings of the TV are what took a long time, but we'll get to that. So here's the little spinny mechanism. That's how you actually play the Mario game, play with quotations. So that's the inner workings of the TV. And then here I start to build the sides of the TV, the walls or what have you, and a little bit of the back. Just kind of finishing up the inner workings here. And yeah, nothing much else to say here. Finally, we've reached pretty much the top of the TV, and we're starting to do the back. There's the antenna I was talking about, the huge rubber piece. And if you see Family Guy on in the background, there's my DVDs over there. I was binging that show. I watched about 2 seasons. I like that show a lot, especially the older seasons. So I was watching that the whole time. And here's one of the coolest parts. The back of the TV uses the last sticker. So cool. So cool. It's just like the CRTs. Though back in the day, I don't own any CRTs anymore, and it's a bummer because I've been kind of playing some retro games. I got to deal with the big flat screen look, and it looks pretty rough, but it's fine. And here's what took the longest. This thing took me at least 2 hours. It had to have been. These are so many 1x1 tiles, crazy, and I'm kind of like a OCD type, so I have to make sure they're all lined up correctly. I don't want them all crooked, because 1x1 Lego tiles are a pain. And this has an underside. It was crazy. It took so long, and there's me putting it into the TV. And as you see when I spin the thing, that's how you play. That's how Mario plays. And it's great. It's so cool. Like, they managed to make this. It's honestly crazy. Those yellow and blue and red tiles up above, those correspond with the Mario Lego toy. So basically, you sit him on top, and then there's like a detector, and every time those pass under him, he makes a different noise for like collecting a coin, stomping on a Goomba, you know. Really cool stuff, honestly. But the Mario thing is sold separately, and there's the TV finalized after about 6.5 hours. I got off work at 9:30, finished it about, do the math, like 4 or 5. Wait, like 4. Wait, I started at 10, so yeah, 4-ish. It was crazy. There's the back of the TV. The antenna hooks in place, which I love because I didn't want that stupid antenna going, like, hitting everything above it. So I really like how they added that. TV's super detailed. It's crazy. There's a knob on the side that makes noises. They managed to make it make noises. That's so sick. There's these buttons. They're all printed pieces. The speaker on the left, or whatever that is, took a while. They're all 1x1. A lot of 1x1 tiles in this. But yeah, there it is. I really loved building the set, especially the NES. The TV wasn't as fun to build. It was more tedious than it was fun. But honestly, I'd recommend getting this if you can, especially just for the novelty of it. Like, it's something everyone's really that's into this stuff. You gotta check it out at one point. I'm really into Legos. A little less so now than I was as a kid, but I honestly had a great time building this, and I highly recommend checking it out. And that'll be it for today's short little upload. I will see you guys Saturday morning. Peace.